Hi guys, welcome to a walkthrough of reference TZ6276. This is a penthouse apartment here on Las Terrazas de la Torre Golf Resort. A penthouse apartment with a seriously enviable position. We did have one other of these which is already sold. So this is the other one now. I'm just going to have a little walk through, but I'm just on the entrance to it at the moment. So this is the walkway, if you like, up to the apartment. There's obviously lift access and stair access up. This is looking out from the front. So what you're looking at here is the main large supermarket and clubhouse. So this block is the closest basically of all blocks on the resort to the clubhouse and the supermarket. What you can't see there is a little square as well there, just in that area there where I'm actually pointing, and that is other commercial units. Now they have been empty for 10 years simply because Polaris World, which the original developers, were going through the liquidation process. That liquidation process is now coming to an end, okay? So for the first time in 10 years, people are actually able to buy these. So I mean, unless I'm absolutely hugely mistaken, I think you're going to start seeing things opening in this little square here. So this apartment, in the position it's at, the location it's at, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a short walk to everything. The old finca over there, you can see the old finca house there. The original plans, that was going to be the main clubhouse, but I'm going back, 15 years now. Whether that will happen or not, we don't know. Again, that should be going through the liquidation process as well. So best case scenario is actually someone does buy that and opens it to what it should have been, which would have been an amazing clubhouse. But let's just forget that for the moment, because I don't really know enough about that. But I do know that the commercial units here are now going to be made, well, have already been made available to people. They may have already been bought. I don't know that information, but certainly it's going to change sooner rather than later. So it's very, very close to the facilities, this block. It is also the only block on phase 2 that faces southwest completely. So I'm talking about the main terrace on the other side of the apartment faces directly southwest. So that's pretty much as much sun as you can handle. It's the only block on phase 2 that faces southwest. The only other blocks that face that direction are on La Isla, which are the kind of tanned blocks you see here. And only that side, so you can see 3 blocks there. They're the only other blocks on resort that have that orientation. I'm talking about in phase 2. If you go across to phase 1 over the other side of the resort, then of course you do get various kind of orientations, because they're kind of in a horseshoe shape, if you like, the gardens. So some face east, north, south, west. But specifically on phase 2, in these apartments, this is the only block other than La Isla that faces southwest. All have lift access, as I said. There's obviously staircases up. You've got plenty of parking, as you can see here. And also the penthouses and the ground floors have their own parking, which is actually covered just underneath the block there. Okay, so it's not a garage or anything like that. It's just actually covered. So let's have a walk through and see what you think. Anyone that has seen any of the videos are probably very familiar with the layout already. As you walk into a kind of hallway area here. The open plan kitchen is to the right. It's always generally to the right or to the left, of course, depending on where exactly the apartment is. They're just kind of mirror imaged, if you like. All in, all the cabinets are in, I should say. As again, I explained on all the other videos, this is exactly how you'd have bought this apartment if you had bought it directly from the developer, going back many years, okay? Obviously at very different prices. So you've got a space there for your fridge freezer. You've got the oven there with all the stickers still on them. You've got the ceramic hob and the hood again with the stickers on them still. Okay, so these have never ever been switched on. There's also an electric boiler, but that's out in the utility in the terrace, which we'll get to as we go around. So as I say, you've got your space for fridge freezer there, space for dishwasher there. Okay, so that's a full size space for the dishwasher. Just looking at the worktop there, that is cracked. Okay, so you'd want to probably replace that. I mean, this is just like a Formica, so it's very cheap to replace. And we can arrange all of that even before you get here if you wanted anything like that done. But it is cracked here. It's been sitting here for a long time, of course. But you probably want to replace that. But again, don't forget, we can always help with anything like that. So leading into the lounge area. Now the time here now is 10 to 12. Sun is starting to come around, as you can see. Once it gets here, probably in another 40 minutes or so, it's literally here for the day. So this is going to be a seriously sunny, bright lounge pretty much all day from 1 o'clock onwards. You've got all of the TV points on this side of the lounge, okay, so you've got a double plug point there, TV points there. Other side, again, just more plug points. So in the way that it's set up, it believes obviously your couches, etc. should be on that side, TV should be on that side. I know a lot of people actually use Fire Sticks and boxes and things like that for TV now. So that may or may not be important. You could be able to move that around as you like. I certainly don't use TV aerials anymore. So this is a lovely bright lounge. You've got the panel up here, which is your pre-installation for your air conditioning. I say air conditioning, they're all reversible, which basically is your heating and your cooling. The eco units now, the ones, you know, that are out and about now, are extremely cheap to run. I actually have full gas central heating and the reversible units in my house. I use the reversible units because they are a lot cheaper than gas central heating. And it heats them up much quicker as well. So the new units are fantastic now. So that is what you'd be putting in here. So that's your pre-installation for the lounge, and you've also got pre-installation in both bedrooms as well. Whether you put them in both bedrooms is completely down to yourself. So off the lounge, you've got this kind of small kind of hallway area here. Okay, to the left is bedroom 2, or what most would regard as bedroom 2. Directly ahead is the bathroom, and to our right is what most would regard as the master bedroom. Master bedroom is slightly bigger, about 1 meter longer, and of course it has direct access out onto the terrace as well. So we'll start at bedroom 2. So inbuilt wardrobes as always, just over here. In terms of plug points, they've been set up for 2 single beds, but of course you can change that around if you like. In terms of lighting as well, these are all full ceilings as you see. So you've got like kind of 2 points there, but of course you can spread out the spots if that's what you go for, wherever you like, and whoever fits that, be it an electrician or a builder, again, we've got tons of contacts. They would obviously just fill them 2 bits in there, and then they would just spread them out wherever you want them. Most people obviously would kind of put 4 spots in a square in a bedroom. But again, this is all things we can help you with. Spotlights to put in is very inexpensive over here. I don't know, I assume it is in the UK as well. But you know, we have had clients buy remotely this year, and everything's been done in terms of lighting, AC, reversible units, furniture. When they do arrive, everything will be in, ready for them to use. So we can help with all of that. Our office is 5 minutes away from this resort. So, inbuilt wardrobe there. This is your pre-installation for your unit here. Thing to note, you can see a bit of what appears to be kind of mold. When you actually touch it with your finger, yeah, it actually just does wipe off. So it's obviously, for me, it's just where it's been locked up for many years, so it just needs washed down. A lot of people do choose to whitewash them. They certainly are not in bad condition at all. Because of course they've never been lived in, but a lot of people do want them freshened up. Anything like that, of course, all of that would be sorted at the same time. But to be honest, I mean, I've just went like that with my finger, it's come off, so that probably just needs washed down. I think the windows have probably not been opened here for 10 years before I walked in here, so let's walk through into the kind of hallway area here. So it's just like a small hallway area. Turn left, you're looking straight into the bathroom, okay? So you've got sink there, toilet there, and around this corner, sorry, it's probably going to get very dark now, but around the corner there you have a bath there, which is almost full size. I'd say more 3/4, but it's only between 3/4 and a full size bath. You haven't got the shower tap, the shower hose, if you like, isn't there? I know, again, I know a lot of people we've sold to have had these taken out and put in kind of shower units and things like that. But again, all these things we can help with. But other than that, all you need is a hose and obviously a glass screen there. Back out into the master. So lovely bright room. It's going to be a lot brighter in about half an hour when the sun obviously hits this side. Again, inbuilt wardrobes. Again, the pre-installation for the units are just above this door, behind this panel here. Just to note as well, the exterior compressor units go to the roof. They do not go on your private terrace, okay? That's quite unusual, believe it or not, because the vast majority of apartments, even new builds, the compressor units actually go on your private terrace. Here, no, they actually go to the roof, so you never see them. Again, in terms of plug points, it's set out this time for a king or a double. It will fit either in. Like I said, it's about 1 meter longer that way than the other bedroom. It's the same width-wise, but this way is about 1 meter longer. This side has been set up again, as you can see, with aerial points, with plug points. There's plenty of plug points and things like that here. They do have Ethernet as well. I suppose when this was built, Ethernet was still being used, you know, which is, you know, your cable into your computer or your laptop. Obviously, I don't think anybody actually uses that anymore. A to Z is the internet company that supply internet and TV services to this resort. They're based literally next to our office on the Torre Golf Resort. The internet is fantastic. It's stable. You can actually get up to 600 megabit now speed. It is fiber optic completely in the Torre now, and they're going around each resort and upgrading everything to fiber optic, but it is stable. And it starts at a minimum 50 megabit, which is still a great speed, but you can pay to go up to 600. Right, let's just walk out of this back through into the small hallway area. So your bathroom is to your right, bedroom 2 is directly ahead. Taking a left brings you back into the lounge. Open plan kitchen over to our right, and this is the entrance in. I can see, I don't know, you can probably spot it in the video, there's kind of dark bits in this corner here, but I've had a good feel, and I can't see what it could possibly be. It's kind of inside, it's nothing on the outside. So I assume that's always been like that. Certainly doesn't look damaged. Looks absolutely fine. I can see the lock here. That's usually not obviously like that. So I don't know whether that's been when the banks had to get in. But of course, we would always recommend the locks are changed anyway. That's for a resale or a bank property, because of course you don't know where the keys are, you don't know who's had them, you don't know who may still have one. So you always get them changed. And again, we can arrange that for you. And when that's done, we'll just make sure whoever does it actually fixes this at the same time to put that back to what it used to be. Right, let's get out into the terrace. This is where this apartment really starts to sell itself. We've talked about the orientation already before we came in the apartment. And this is a penthouse, don't forget. And this is one of 4 blocks on the whole of phase 2 that face southwest, and the other 3 are on La Isla, and they're, what, 10K upwards more. And this one is the closest to the clubhouse as well, don't forget. Great size terrace out here, 18 square meters. Because it's a penthouse, you've also got an inbuilt barbecue over here. Views. Straight to the golf course, just with the pool down below. Fantastic views. Again, if anyone's wondering, you can see, not so much the main pool, but the smaller kind of kids pool, you can see, because it's a lot shallower, you can see the kind of sand at the bottom of the pool. That's literally because we've had a ton of rain over the last week. And when it rains here in Spain, it brings down half the Sahara with it. It's a killer for your gardens and your terraces and things. It makes a real mess, but you just got to hose it down again. But yesterday we had well, I'll say yesterday, late last night, we had a ton of rain as well, so they've obviously not got to this yet. But all of this is maintained perfectly, as is the golf course, as you can see, and the gardens and everything on the resort is maintained perfectly. So, lovely big terrace, obviously a top floor. Nothing above you, but there isn't on any floor on these style apartments anywhere, as you can see. They're kind of stepped down. That's why the actual style itself is called the penthouses. But lovely apartment. I've already got the sun beating on my face now, but in another half an hour, this whole terrace will be absolutely caked in sunshine, and it will be here pretty much until sunset. So this is your utility cupboard. I'm worried of what I'm going to find in these when I open them. So this is basically your boiler here, which again, as you can see, it's never been switched on, it's never been plugged in. And this is also where it's been, you've got drainage and all the connections here for your washing machine as well. And you've also got a hose outlet there as well. That's perfect for, you know, obviously washing down your terrace and things like that. Look, it's 62,000 euros, a fantastic price. I know I get asked quite a lot on the YouTube channel was kind of set up as an add-on to the website. Of course, all of the videos that are on the website are made using YouTube, and that's connected to the website. But the YouTube channel itself has kind of taken on a life of its own, which I wasn't expecting. So I'm always trying to add bits in that people are asking. The other question that we get asked a lot is about community fees. They all differ slightly, but you should be allowing, for any apartment on this resort, you should be allowing around 120 euros per month, okay? It's a nice one, guys. What can I say? There's not much more I can say about it. It's southwest facing. It's a penthouse. It's 62,000 euros. It's right next to the clubhouse. It's a fantastic buy. Any questions? Let us know.